So we'll drop that. We'll drop that part of that conversation for later.
We're now live. So
What?
shut up.
Oh, where?
Yeah. Already. Press record.
Press record.
Can't believe it. It goes live quick now. That's the problem. It goes live too quick now.
We were just talking about having a curry as well.
I know. So, take down the t-shirt one, man.
I didn't know he was going live, did I? You monk. Where is it? You caught me off guard. Right, let's do it now. Roll it.
We're back. It's Saturday evening. Harper, this is actually the podcast. So it's Saturday evening and we're back. We've had to move it to today because tomorrow is football. Come on, England. I don't know. I don't even know what. Is it a good match tomorrow or what? Do you know?
If you're listening to this in the van on a Monday morning, you can delete as necessary. Yay! Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm one of them people. Don't know anything about I don't know anything about football. Nothing. So yeah, sorry about that. But before we get into this episode, which is going to consist of the Elite Sparking Crew, which is our new announcement, we're going to be talking about tool theft. We're going to be talking about the electrical hero of the week. We're going to be talking about our businesses, and we're going to talk about ginger children who invade the podcast.
Not mine, nope. I ain't got the ginger kids.
However, we are brought to you by the wonderful company that is Navitas. Now, Navitas, formerly Verso, but they're called Navitas now. They have, pound for pound, the best fuse boards in the industry right now. I challenge anyone to take me to task on that because I guarantee you that pound for pound, you will not find a better board. They are built with electricians in mind, not the end user. So it's easy for you to install. It looks nice. It comes in a banging box. And the breakers have all been jazzed up. The whole scheme has been jazzed up. It's a nice thing, man. It's a nice thing. It gets me excited whenever I see one. So go and check them out. Navitas CP at where? Oh, wait.
Think about it.
NavitasCP.com.
My of the show is brought to you by Chevron Anu, are the #1 supplier of test gear in all varieties and flavours. If you are after something a little bit exotic, if you want to measure or analyse power, if you want a basic multimeter, a volt stick, an MFT, which now do I believe one of them's out in the wild being trialled at the minute by a few sparks on here, or other exotic things, our ask is that you go and give them a try first and see if you like what they do. I've got these this week, actually. I've had them for a while. If anyone's a bit more exotic like me, these are calibrators that they do. I'm giving them a run for the money. They're for like calibrating up things, but they do all your usual stuff and all these oddity things.
What are you calibrating with that?
This one does thermocouples. I'm glad you asked, actually. Thank you very much. This one does milliamps and volts, and this one does PT.
What are you calibrating with it?
Temperatures, pressures, and all that kind of stuff.
But bro, you're not calibrating the temperature of anything. What are you calibrating? The instrument that that measures it.
If you have to say set a set of scales up,
yeah,
and you put a test weight on, these are the electrical test weights that you need to do calibration.
For what though, bro?
For everything that controls anything. They do all this exotic stuff. They do everything. That's what I say.
But you're not explaining it properly. What is it calibrating?
Let's say you've got a temperature probe in a building that says it's 30 degrees and you want to prove it's right. You use this temperature calibrator. This will give you a known source to give it the calibration that you need to set it up to say it is 30 degrees. Without this, you can't do that.
See, that one hard, was it?
And they have to do all the others. So they do all the exotic stuff as well. So if you're a bit more of a hardcore sparker like myself and you need some of this shit, my ask is, if you want something, give them a bell. If they've got it, they'll tell you what it is and what you need to buy. You can then go and purchase it. As usual, my promise to you is, if you don't get the service that I get or you think your service isn't good enough, tell us and we'll tell Chevron on this programme. That's how much faith they've got in their product and their service that they will actually sponsor us while we maintain that promise week in, week out. Ta-da!
Beautiful. Well done, James.
No one will know that was scripted, will they?
I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. Right. This is really throwing me. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's really
You can tell it's sat there. You can tell it's sat there.
Mate, it's absolutely thrown me because ordinarily, like, I know where I stand on a Sunday. Do you know what I mean? Like, but Saturday is like right bang in the middle of the weekend. I'm completely shot. I've been working today. Then I had to build the biggest trampoline in the world in my garden, and that's why I'm very red tonight.
FYI, viewer, Mikey from Residual Court was about to be on tonight, but because the football got further than we even anticipated, bearing in mind at the start of the match, we didn't even know we had to move the show, and we've had to move it 3 times now.
Yeah.
Didn't think we moved this Saturday. Mikey was going to be on tomorrow. He's now coming on next Sunday. We're going to continue business month proper then. We're going to get into his own business a bit tonight, but we're also just going to have a bit of a fanny round because it's a bit not normal for us to be doing it in this manner.
Also, Connor Dine said you invented calibration more than likely, and everyone seems to agree.
Why wouldn't there? Why wouldn't there? Have I got my original Tesco down there? Oh, I did. Here's the invention. So when I invented it, here's the original one, look. But we've improved on that now, but that's the one I actually invented.
See, why would you keep that? Why would you keep that old bit of toss?
Because this is my office. This is where I bring my customers and stuff like that and keep all my old.
You ain't got no customers. You're a teacher.
Well, and I've got customers as well.
Listen, we're going to speak about this in a minute.
You're in a bad mood tonight, aren't you? Anyway, I put the graphic up and you ain't changed the subject, have you?
Do you know why? Because I ate too much.
This morning, tangent story, yeah? The other day on my Instagram, I put a thing up about mushy peas and mint sauce, right? And quite a few people told me about local delicacies. And Alan Chan, a viewer of the show, told me about egg in a cup, where you make this eggy thing in a cup. So I thought, I'll try that.
Called coshled eggs.
Yeah, you put an egg in a cup, mix with some butter
and
all that. Yeah, coshled eggs, whatever you want to call it, yeah. And I sat there on my settee with a piece of bread and butter to eat it, and my dog walked over and salivated into it. And that put me in a bad mood for the entire day.
Well, first of all, why are you eating it with bread and butter?
Everything's good. I'm northern, mate. Everything has bread and butter with it. Like you lot have jelly deals with everything.
No one really eats that. That's the thing. Only some really weird old timers in East London in certain pubs will eat jelly deals. No one else does.
You do know bread and dripping's not just made up, it's an actual real thing up north, don't you? Not my part north, a bit further north.
Yes, I know what dripping is. We used to have it at my nan's house all the time. I didn't ever eat it because it's disgusting.
I have bread and butter with everything. Welcome to Food Podcast.
Right. Are we doing the news? And Liberato put some more news in the WhatsApp chat.
That I didn't have time to get. It's going to move to next week because I just got this. We are so slow. This is like,
so bad.
This is Saturday night. Welcome to Saturday Night Podcast, news number 1 for audio viewers there. Right, serious now.
This geezer's a legend.
Serious now. This guy, this was stolen off, I believe I got it off Twitter, but it's actually started on Reddit, yeah? This guy was named on Twitter. He's an electrician because his company's name, FB Electrical, was on the side of his van. Last week, at some point in the middle of central London, this guy in a road rage incident managed to throw a Scotch egg directly into a cyclist's face. And I've just put this on the news so we can just go, sir, we salute you, yeah? It's not easy to hit a moving target.
If someone reaches out to him, I'll get him. I'll send him merch. I'll send him merch for free.
If you can prove that's you, and we know you hit him in the face with a Scotch egg from a considerable distance, yeah? If that's you, you're hero of the week for Sparkies, and we'll get some out to post it. All you got to do is contact the show. Maybe
I'll put together a gift parcel with all free stuff that I can punch off of companies and send it to him.
A care package for...
Yeah. But we don't endorse... Hold on.
Yeah,
don't endorse it. We're just saying, on this one occasion, legend.
On this single occasion, because don't start sending us videos you throwing intimate objects at cyclists, because we don't want it.
Josh is back.
Oh, Josh Jr.'s back. Well, there you go. FB Electrical, man who threw a Scotch egg. We're going to buy you. How many Scotch eggs can you get for $19.99?
Well, whatever it is, he's getting 20 quid's worth of Scotch eggs and free stuff. Or
as he calls Scotch eggs, ammunition.
Rounds.
He's got to be, fair play to him. He's got to took that. This is one on a genuine, more serious note, yeah? We talked about the car boot thing. All the lads did the van stuff. There was a protest in London. How far has that pushed it on? This far. This is a car boot sale. There in the background, I've made a merge of these pictures just to get it all in. Sorry, audio viewers. In the background there, you'll see a police officer talking to the guy in the picture, who I've shown a picture of, selling stolen tools. I'm not even going to say allegedly because he's selling stolen tools because this guy next to the copper found his battery that had been stolen out of his van the week before. They got the police down there. The battery had his initials on. The tools had initials on. Guess what the police did? Absolutely nothing.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem. First of
take it
all,
back.
I'm just picking it up and taking it. And he's going to do
Yeah.
nothing. He's
Yeah.
going to do nothing. Like, I'm not playing with him. I don't care what he thinks he is, how bad he thinks he is. I'm taking my tools straight. But this is just like what I've started seeing is boot sales saying you can't sell tools at their boot sale.
Not this
And
one, by the
that
looks
needs
of
to be
it.
pushed more because there's no other legitimate way other than boot sales and Facebook Marketplace to sell them.
No, and this is a piss take. You can see the store is full. I think we're not going to pussyfoot around this anymore. Like people, I mean, not a lot of people take it on anyway. Not a lot of people talk about it. You don't see it in other people's news and that. Obviously, all the lads in vans and all the Instagram stuff that went off. That was brilliant. Really got it moving. But the fact is, this is a fucking piss take. This guy's at a car boot sale. No
Look how
one's
much
selling all
stuff
those
he's got.
tools. No one's selling all those tools and batteries. And no one's selling this guy's tools because he knows he got them nicked on the fucking Wednesday before. And the police have gone down there and they won't do anything because he can't prove it's his. It's got his fucking name on it in his handwriting. If that was a murder scene and that battery got left at the murder scene, they'd do him for it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that'd be
if that was left at a road rage incident, if say for example he threw a Scotch egg at a cyclist and dropped that battery as he drove off, they'd class that as enough evidence to tie him to the scene and put him in prison. Yeah, but when your fucking tools are at a car boot sale like that, that's not enough, mate. What do you want? What fucking proof of purchase do you want? Like,
it is wild. It is wild. And just look at all them tools there. I can guarantee you, every single one of those tools, every single one is robbed. So there's like 10 grand worth of tools there.
And looking at that as well, I don't want to get, we always said this podcast out, never get political, but are the new government going to do anything about it? Probably not, because they're just going to release a load of people from prison, aren't they, early? Like, they're not going to release sexual offenders and people with violent crime. Who's that leaving prison? Probably burglars and tool thieves. They're going to let them all back out to fucking start doing the cunt again, aren't they? It fucking really riled me up, this one did. And I should have put it in, but mark your tools up. But when the police turn up, they'll just claim it's not you.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Do you know what? You like, honestly, with this sort of thing, you might have to put like, do you remember microdots? Can't argue with microdots.
They probably still say it's not enough proof.
No, but if you've got
names on it,
a microdot that's registered to your name, and you can show that that's your microdot, you're sweet.
Oh, more messing around. I mean, I do recall there was a murder once, right? You know, you used to get Crime Watch, and they placed the guy at the scene of the crime because he bit into an apple and left it at the scene. Like, so what's the difference? I know the crime's different, but what's the difference between the guy's handwriting on a battery this guy's selling? And this guy's obviously going to go, I don't know why I've got it. At the end of the day, it still is. He's handling stolen goods and they did nothing because they ain't got the resources, I suppose, but they've turned up and done no. But I just thought that was an interesting one to put in because it's a fucking piss take, mate. And that's why I've left the picture in.
You got to feel for a minute. You got to feel for a minute.
You don't need a wee already, do it. Anyway, I'll fill by saying, I hope this guy's at a car boot sale one day and a fucking plane crashes into him and he dies and all the tools get spread around so people can get back. Don't know what I'm filling for, but what I'll do is I'll go into news 3. Right. News number 3. We are now pretty settled on going to Elect Show. We are not associated with Elect Show. We are just going there, and we are arranging a meet up there for people in the podcast who we're going to allude to later. We're going to talk about that shortly. We are going on the Thursday and on the Friday, and on the evening we're going out for a few beers in Coventry, probably the Wetherspoons because David Savoury likes Wetherspoons. Maybe for a curry. If you're coming down to say hello, we will be there mid-morning on the Thursday, and we'll hang around to mid-afternoon on the Friday. We're looking forward to meeting people and that and saying hello. Although I do feel like it's I do feel a bit of a Billy Big Ball saying that, but we do want to meet the people in the chat and say hello.
No, so it's one of these things, right? We're not Billy Big Balls or anything like that. We're not special, but we have our little community now, don't we? We have our little community, which we've got this next. So we have a little community and we all have like chats and stuff, and it's pretty epic. And we do this week in, week out. So we are opening that up to having like, it's called a meetup, isn't it? It's a IRL in real life.
It's like electrical dogging.
Yeah, but I'm not getting bummed. Jamie is.
Yeah.
So
yes.
But it's a great place because it's Coventry, so it's kind of in the middle.
Good train links, reasonable amount of hotels, reasonably central.
And the other thing is, like, it's usually the better show.
Good bit of parking.
It's just something. Why not? I've been to the last one down at Ali Pali. That was good enough. There's going to be a few people going.
If we do it at the Ali Pali one, which could be arguably more central, it's a bit more expensive for people to get to. So we're gone for this one. We're not connected to the show. We may get thrown out, who knows, but that won't stop us going to local Wetherspoons, will it? But it's not bad for hotels. There's good parking there. It's not in the middle of some massive city. So we've committed to this one. We haven't asked around. We're committing to getting there in the morning, mid-morning. We'll be at the show most of the day till about 4. We'll go to his hotel room, have a quick hand shandy, go out on the piss, have a curry or something like that. Then we'll go back to the show the next day and we'll mingle out this afternoon. So if you come in from a long way and you want to come and say hello, I don't, you know what I mean?
Listen, it's not even about that.
It's not just a public appearance. It's just like we want to interact with the show people.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just an interaction. Come and say hello, have a chat with us. We're going to be doing limited edition merch for the meetup, all kinds of stuff. It's just, there's going to be stickers. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. It's worth doing. You'll be able to buy T-shirts at the thing, stuff like that.
We've got a number of guests of the show who are coming as well, not just us. You might think we're a pair of massive fat wankers, but there's some people who've been on the show. We'll not say who they are now. We'll confirm whether they wanted to say they'll be there. Apart from David Savory, who's at fucking everything. David Savory's going to be there. If you want to meet David Savory and get your cock signed by him, he'll be there. He'll be doing that. Everyone else who's in the friends of the show chat, if you do want to say you're going to be there, you can be there. You can get your knob signed or your chest signed by David Savory. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Ooh.
I'll probably get both signed, to be honest. That'd be well worth it. So
Timmy's
yeah, that's
going to be there. Savo's
Timmy's
going to be there. Marco's going to be there. There's going to be a few people. John Faultless is going to be there. Jada Sparks going to be there.
I mean, I just said we'll wait to check for their permission, but Sam don't care. So they're all going to be there. We're not,
who cares?
Tell them what hotel we're stopping in, though.
Listen, they ain't famous. Listen, Libbo just sent me this. Cool, it's a meeting of the weirdest ones. Oh, pissed. All right. Oh, there you go.
If only we had the technology for you to quickly send that to me and me to put on the graphics.
Yeah, I know, but it's long.
It's long, but yeah.
So that is
also,
Jordan and Gordon.
That sounds like a kids' TV program, doesn't it?
Jordan and Gordon.
Living along on the old rag doll, something like that. But yeah, we'll be there.
EFIX collaboration. Jeez, they must be struggling these days.
God, that must cost you some money. Talking
of
money.
Who's paying who? Who's paying who on that one?
Oh yeah, maybe it's a mutual thing. Talking of money, yeah, we have long said. Go back to the VT. Hang on, News VT. Right, little announcement to make. Not a little announcement. It's fucking huge. Yeah,
massive.
When we started, me and Sam had a conversation about this today. Yeah, we talked about the podcast from the beginning. When I started doing this with Sam, because Sam had already done it, we had 800 views. We got 600 to 800, didn't we?
Right. Let's just clarify that. Right. Before we had way more. Then Jamie joined, and no one knew who he was.
But on podcast,
and it went through the floor.
I'm not that good, but on podcast Mark, whatever, on 4, we started off, and the numbers were there. Yeah, we had 400. It's grown, and we're getting a lot now. We're getting over 2,000 a week, which is really good. So now I want to start integrating all the community because it's not us. We're not doing it. It's people in the chat. The chat on the Sunday night thing is what absolutely propels this podcast forward. So the Alex thing is now like we want to get in with the chat. We want to speak to people that watch and the community we've created, yeah. And we've been trying to, for a number of weeks, come up with a way of acknowledging all the people in the chat that sometimes read, sometimes we don't. And we did start calling them the chatmongs, yeah, because it just came along. Chatmongs is dead. There is no chatmong, yeah. What is going to happen now, though, is this is the new thing, right? And bear with us. What's it called, Sam? You named it the other day. What's this called? Is it an open collective?
The Elite Sparking Crew.
Oh, Elite Sparking Crew. So from now on, anyone that watches the show, you are automatically in the Elite Sparking Crew, yeah? There's a bit more. It's not just a thing to promote yourselves. The crack with this is the people of the show. And what we're going to encourage and we're going to build on is it's open. What do you call it today? It's an open something, isn't it? It's a collective. It's like an
open collective.
It's a decentralized collective. So
that's it. That's what I said. Decentralized. So we don't own it. You don't own it. No one owns it. It's just part of it. The Chatmong. No, wait. The Elite Sparking Crew. You know what? I was just reading Chatmong on there. David Savory put it on. But the Elite Sparking Crew is now a thing. It's part. But do you know what the first rule of Elite Sparking Crew is?
I don't know.
You do.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to fall for it, am I? Because I'm not stupid. All I do is don't talk about Elite Sparking Crew, obviously.
And what's the second rule?
I can't tell
There
you.
is no elite
There
sparking
is no
crew.
elite sparking crew. What we're going to encourage you is it's an open collective, but we encourage you to use it between the community to get work with each other. That's the plan. So all it does is identify that you're in the gang. And the rule is, the only rule we've come up with is, if you employ another member of the elite sparking crew, you have to go on your socials and say, oh, I had X person from the elite sparking crew and he was great. He did a good job. But the problem is, the double-edged sword is, if someone claims to be in the elite sparking crew and you're using their shit, you get to tell everyone, thus encouraging quality among the crew to use each other for jobs. And other than that, we're going to leave it to the chat and leave it to each other to come up with. And other than that, we're just going to call it a name. It's just got a name now, and that's what it is.
But by the way,
and it's free, and it always will be.
But by the way, the t-shirts won't be free, and they'll be dropping next week.
Yeah, you can't get a t-shirt though. But yeah, there's always a t-shirt. But yeah, it's free. It always will be. We're not going to like go My Builder and set up a website, but we thought, how can we encourage? We don't want civilians involved. How can we encourage sparkers that are in our gang, in the game, in the community, to interact with each other a bit more? And this is what we're coming up. So if you're looking for someone to help you out on a job, we need your ASL, actual Sparky location. And once everyone knows the actual Sparky location, you go, oh, he's near me, she's near me, they're near me. You can come together, work with each other, and then maybe we'll just build a log up, something like that. Who fucking knows? But that's what we're starting. So from now
the
on,
elite sparking crew.
we're all in the elite Sparky crew, which obviously we have nicked from Phone Shop. Yeah, if anyone wants to get fun in the chat, we've nicked it from Phone Shop because I was watching Phone Shop in the office. I thought that works. Oh, and it's Krew with a K, not with a C.
Oh, by the way, I'm getting redder and redder sitting here. What is going on?
Have you got?
I'll be having an allergic reaction to the sun or something.
Have you got them sun lamps?
No.
Oh, sorry as well. This is for Sparkies, mainly who are self-employed, but if you work for a firm, you can be in it because you can sub at the weekend. Yeah, I'm afraid there is only one rule of elite Sparky crew, and rule number 3 is if you work for Octopus, you can't be in the elite Sparky crew.
Can't be in the elite Sparky crew.
Sorry, it's just
if you work for Octopus, you're not really a spark, are you?
Not going to work, is it? So yeah. So other than that, but welcome everyone else. You can like watch it, but you can't be in it. I'm sorry.
What did someone say to me the other day?
Did they say elite Sparky crew?
Oh, I went to this customer the other day, an old boy, right? And he goes, I've got this, he got a replacement florry, but it was the LED replacement one where you have to change the LED to an LED starter. Anyway, he said, I spoke to the guy in B&Q who was an electrician. I was like, what, does he work for B&Q? And he's like, yeah. I was like, he's not an electrician then. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't be working. I don't care if you're an old boy, you're not an electrician anymore. You work in B&Q. Anyway, the guy, the electrician, told him not to put the starter in and just put it in. And guess what? It didn't work. So I had to go out there and charge him £100 to fit a starter. But I didn't really.
Because it wouldn't complete the circuit, would it be? Yeah, they're all in B&Q, aren't they? Oh, my mate's an electrician. Well, why the fuck ain't round your house then doing this shit, is he? But yeah, they're all in there. What do you want to do now? Where should we go with this? We've got a few bits going in. We've got a giveaway. We've got a giveaway tonight.
Should we do a giveaway?
We've got Octo Watch, and we've got we haven't got a wholesaler, but we'll do it anyway. So what do you want to do next?
Giveaway.
Giveaway. I'll press the giveaway button, shall I? Watch this. Ta-da!
Boom! We're giving away
boom, selection.
a little care package that I got sent, and I don't really do anything with care packages. We're giving away some of these, the new 32 amp quick fix junction boxes.
That is a beast.
I don't know what these ones are. There's some more of these ones as well. These look like more beefy ones. These, I tell you what, honestly, these quick fix boxes are personally my favorite box. They're so well priced. They're in between the grey Wago box that is absolute gash and you can never close.
It's very European. It's not very twin and earth friendly.
And you can't, and it's got them rubber bits that you can't put any cable down. You have to literally pull out one side of them rubber bits, and that just makes it pointless using. Or the old school choc boxes that are made from like crisp packet, and you just have to rip bits off of it to get it to cut.
We're an innovation. Fair one. They're a bit shit, they had little screws and all that stuff, yeah. The Wago one, they brought the Wago out, which is undoubtedly a great connector, but then they completely didn't bother about enclosing it. And
Didn't
then
bother.
this has come along and mopped it all up. This is it won our award, didn't it? Best innovation of the year. This
It's
come along
fantastic.
and solved actually came along, identified a problem, solved it, banged it out. And obviously, I do believe I'm right in saying that one is the lighting one, isn't it? Because it goes in a downlight hole or something. And now they've obviously upgraded the range and got some dies, and they're making the 32 amp one. So yeah, fair play, building on that range, and it's good.
Is this a kinetic switch one then? Is this a kinetic switch one?
Oh,
this might be the kinetic switch one. I'm not sure.
So yeah,
shock boxes are absolutely pony. Azuri Electrical. Don't ever use them around me, as I will smash them in front of you.
And obviously, it won the Best Innovation Award, I think, in the podcast. Also, it's officially endorsed by the podcast.
No, it is. It is.
Absolutely officially endorsed for the value of, and we endorse it because we've been paid. How much we get paid for endorsing it? Nothing. That's how much we got paid.
How are we going to give this one away? We never work out how we're going to give it away.
David Savory can't win it. That's a start.
No. How are we going to give it away? We always do this.
Let the chat work it out. Why should we bother? We do enough as it is.
Yeah, all right. Chat, work out how you're getting it.
Work out how we're going to give it away, and we'll give them away.
I think you've got to go to the Instagram of JB.
You've got to promote them somewhere, aren't you? Yeah, you've got to promote.
Go to their Instagram page. Give them a subscribe or follow, whatever you do, and then come back to here and say Jamie's mum is a wretch.
Do you know what that's the official junction box of? The official junction box of what?
Well, I don't know.
Of the Elite Sparky Krew!
It is!
It is the Elite Sparky Krew's official junction box. So yeah, the 32 amps are... What do you need more than a 32 amp junction box for? I don't think you do you?
Give everyone a number and Sam write a number on a piece of paper.
That's a lottery. We're not allowed to do that because that comes under gambling laws.
Is it? What, for some fucking quick fix?
Yeah. It's like you have to be. It's a lot. You can't do a lottery or a raffle online. We'd literally could get told off. Someone who don't like us, which is a large number, could actually report to the gambling commission, and we could get done.
Right. Best comment wins. Best comment wins.
It has to be pure chance.
But you have to follow them on Instagram, and it's best comment wins.
Why aren't you following
we choose
anyway?
At the end?
Why aren't you buying their gear direct? You're a Sparky, aren't you? What junction box are you using? You're using them fucking brown ones here. What kind of melt are you? Buy some quick fix junction boxes.
That's it. Do you know what? They're so handy. I use them. I even use them today. What are we talking about now? Idiot. So best comment wins, and then but you have to also be following them on Instagram.
Hackwood saying, have you got an ear-on sound effect when you say Elite Sparking Krew? There's a computer next to me here that's going to be the sound effect computer, but it's not done yet, so that will be happening.
Why do you need 3 computers to do it, idiot?
Little steps, because they're to do all these graphics and sounds and stuff. People demand high production levels now. Like all the other podcasts have got better production than it. Not really. We're the best because we're in there. Elite Sparking Krew. And yes, Mark's technical stuff. It is nicked off Phone Shop. We did that, but yeah.
Right, go on. What's next?
We've got some features. We can bang them in later. It's business month, and obviously we had who we had on last week. I forgot.
Theo? No.
Theo's been back on. Sam's been on from over. We got Mikey next week talking about his because he's had a massive change in his business. Fuck velocity. Sorry, I said that. Sorry, just coming to read that. I don't know why. And at the end of the month, we've got John from Faultless, who's 6 months into his self-employment. But obviously, because they're jiggling around, there's still 2 other people in the room that's big on self-employment this year.
Who's me?
And that is me and thee. So I thought we'd see how we're getting on. Tell the viewers what we're doing. We're not being fat nacks on here.
However, I've got some business stuff to talk about this week.
Go on then.
Because actually, I feel like my business is starting to pick up finally. I'm starting to make some inroads.
When did you actually go? Because it was business month start because we were going on our own. Did you start in January or what? What happened?
I started before January. I did start before January, but it's
what happened? Well, hang on. Let's go right back for new viewers and that. What happened?
I don't know.
No, I can't remember. You was working. You was contracting, weren't you?
So what happened was before I was contracting, and then I had enough of it, And I remember just being in my car driving home, and I was like, I've quit being an electrician altogether. Do you remember? Oh, that's when we know, because I got really down, didn't I? I got really down,
Mm.
and then we done a podcast, and it said Sam might quit. I'll just have a quick look. And so I was gonna quit. I was done being an electrician. I couldn't handle it anymore. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. So well, Amanda was panicking, and I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. So then I decided, well, no, a job come up on Facebook, and Amanda said, well, could you do this? I was like, I can do anything. So she sent me a little job. I went and done it. I charged 50 quid. I was there for about 20 minutes putting up a light fit, and I was like,
I do remember this now. And you
oh,
started doing bits after work, didn't you, and stuff?
yeah. And I was like, oh, I can do this. And then I decided to quit completely, and then go on to just being a domestic electrician. And
So what's the last 3 months been like then? Because I think it's fair to say it's been a bit of a roller coaster.
it's been so hard, right? I'm going to be real honest now.
I'm going to speak to you like I don't know. So I'm going to interview you now like I don't actually know. But we'll do it because it's not been easy, has it? For both
I'm
of us,
done
I
with
think.
the electrical industry 8 months ago. So that's when it was 8 months ago. So
I mean, the lights are still, aren't they?
I
Still
have
there.
been broke down to like 50p in the bank more than once. In fact, we lived most of the last 6 months broke. We've had some good jobs, but we've not had consistent jobs. I refuse to go back subbing because I believe, and this might be completely wrong and not the way to do it, but I 100 wholeheartedly percent believe that if you're not putting 100% into creating a business and trying to find your own work, then you're not taking it seriously. If you if you've got a B plan, you're never going to take your A plan seriously.
Yeah.
So this is make or break. Like, I'm not going back to subbing. I'll change my whole career if I have to. Do you know what I mean? I'm done.
You're not going about that much. Well, how's that rolling for you then? Because it's
So
on any particular week.
I'll tell you the truth. A couple of months, well, about a month ago, I sat down at Minis Bay in my truck after I just bought my truck, and I felt so bad because I'd bought the truck. I'd had one really good job where I'd like 3.5 grand out of it,
Yeah.
and it was I needed to buy a commercial vehicle because I can't keep turning up in a Ford Focus, working out the back of a Ford Focus
Because image is everything in it. At the
well,
end of the day,
and you're
you've
not
got to have
taking
an
yourself
image.
seriously, are you?
No, you're not. If people put up with a certain amount of you're starting out, but if you
Yeah.
still turn up in a Ford Fiesta, it's going to look a bit sus, isn't it?
So I bought this truck, and a few jobs fell through, and we didn't have enough money to pay our mortgage. We had no money left over. I had this truck, couldn't afford to put petrol in it, and I sat down there, and I think I cried and sobbed for an hour because I felt so bad that I'd bought this truck and fucked my whole family. And I was at my wit's end. And then things happened, and we managed to pay our mortgage, and we got ahead, and then a couple of jobs come in, and we was out of the woods. But up until that point, we had been playing this sort of game of the phone will ring, the phone will ring, something will come in, something will come in.
If you can't think like that, you're not. I've been where you was then, but not this time round. I've been like that last time, but this is the problem in it. There's no like constant. It's some weeks it's good, some weeks it's bad. And anyone that's thinking about going on their own, that story is that is something that will happen to you, definitely.
Yeah, and it was
I've got no
and it's
doubt about
hard,
saying that.
and it's sort of as sad as it sounds, and as fucking gay as it sounds, you still like you. It realigns your focus when you're at that bottom. You're like, right, it doesn't matter, right, that you haven't got anything. You've still got to get up and go and face your family. You've got to carry on. You've got to find some work. You've got to build up your business, and you've got to keep moving forwards. Because if I'd have done this when I was 21, 22, 23, 24, the stakes are not that high. What are you going to do? You're going to lose your flat. You're going to lose your flat that you're renting. So what? You're going to lose a room. Like, if I was doing it now, I'd get a caravan and put it on my mum and dad's drive and just live off that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like when you're younger, like not rocking up to work and that is an option. Just not going to fucking work is an option. Getting sacked is an option.
I've got like we bought this house and like we've got lots of debts, we've got lots of bills, we've got all this sort of stuff that's piling up and no regular income. And yeah, is it really selfish of me to do it? Yeah, maybe. So you're battling with, is it selfish? Is it not selfish? Is it the right thing to do? Should I just go and get a job and just put up with it and just be that guy that goes up and gets a job?
But you can earn better money on your own. Not if everyone went their own. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? It's not for everyone. But I spoke to them this week on Instagram privately, and they were saying like, I've watched podcasts, and they said what you said about earning 50 grand and it not being enough for a family like a 2.4 children family. You're right, because like I'm earning nearly that, and we can't afford to go on holiday. He's not. He weren't like on the breadline. He weren't like go to a food bank.
I haven't had a holiday. I haven't been abroad for 5 years.
Yeah, what he was saying something like, if you're on a good screw on PAYE, it's not enough to live a decent lifestyle like it would have been 10 years ago. So the option, if you do want to give your family a good lifestyle, you take your money, you gamble your chances, and you go on your own and see what you can do with it.
Yeah,
but it's not easy because and everyone I speak to a lot of people. I've got a lot of mates I've made for this podcast and that I speak to on WhatsApp, and we have little knitters and that. I speak to you, I speak to us box, and they all say the same. It's fucking 1 week it's all there, and the next week there's fucking none. And if you can't handle that, you need to stop PAYE. Don't put. If you know in your heart of hearts you are not that person who could deal with that, you need to stop being. You need to stay employed and just suck that off from your concept of things.
But do you know what? Do you know what I can't do more? I can't keep a job. I'm unemployable. So I ain't got a choice. I'm not clever like you in terms of I'm not academic. I can't go learning shit. I haven't got a choice. I've got to throw myself in the fire. But I can go and get a job. I can hold it down for 3-4 months, and maybe even 6 months. But then I'm going to be off. Because you can't earn enough, you've got no sort of fallback. So you lose that job. You're still in the same place anyway. So you might as well gamble it. Like, and the thing that does me is, if I go back on the subby route, and I'm earning, say I'm on a good screw, earning $250 a day, right? Mm-hmm. For a subby, that's all right. That's about right, yeah. $250 a day. Well, I can earn that in 5 hours. I can I earn way more than that sometimes in 5 hours.
Couldn't you? You could be sat in your arse for 5 hours.
I can go and do a ball change for 5. And this is what I say, and people go, well, you ain't making that money. But I'm like, the possibility of me to be able to make £500 a day exists, but it doesn't exist subbing.
If you're on £25 an hour subbing, all you ever learn is £25 an hour for every hour you work. If you're on your own, you might earn nothing, but you might earn £1,000 in a day.
Which has been done.
That is the span. I've done that. You've done that. That's the span you can achieve. But £1,000 in one day and nothing the next day is the same money you're subbing into it.
Yes.
But one thing you told me was important is go to work every day like you're going to work. I come down this office every day and got work and do all my shit that he's doing.
Well, this is the same thing I was doing.
Well, that's what I got it off. You told me to do that. And I was like, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that.
I would get up in the morning and I would put on my uniform. Amanda will go out the door. Harper will go out the door. And I'll be sitting there. I've got nothing booked in for this week. I'm sitting there in my uniform. It was just a t-shirt and Komodo workwear trousers and a fleece, like zip-up jumper thing. And I sit here and I would...
That phone won't ring, will it? It won't make the phone ring.
Do you know what I mean? And then I might look up local businesses and I might make some phone calls and stuff like that. I would just do stuff. I had a load of business cards just sitting in there. And instead of just keeping them for handing out, I went and walked the streets. Do you know what I mean? I've done stuff like that because you can't just wait for the phone to ring. You have to be proactive. I would phone up other electricians locally and like just have a chat with them and see what's out there.
Let's get straight, yeah? The phone will never fucking ring. For every action, there is a reaction. The reaction is your phone ringing. It will not ring unless you cause it to ring.
And let me be very clear. I
So,
am not out the woods at the moment. I've got, I've had a couple of good customers on the bounce. I've got, I've had a couple of good jobs come in, like 300, 400 quids come in and stuff like that. So if you've got a good job that you earn like 700 or 800 quid, and then a 300 quid job on the Friday, that's a good week.
mm,
And then the next week you've got another £600 job and two £300 jobs. It's another good week. Do you know what I mean? So I'm getting that, but I'm by no means out of the woods. It could all end up different again.
and it will
So
always be like that. I spent 20 years on
exactly,
self-employed the first time. It could have ended up like that every week. That's never going away. Like I say, very important that we say to people in this chat, yeah, if you can't handle that, then don't leave a PAYE job, because that is how it works. There's like,
it's
you're out there, you're on your Jack Jones.
yeah.
No matter how great you got a load of mates to talk to, they're not going to pay your mortgage. I'm afraid.
My other thing that's a bit different from where I am, I've moved to an area where I don't know anyone. So if you're in your area and you're starting out, you know a couple of geezers who are in, like, you go to the gym. There's people that you've grown up with that are builders, and then your family have got friends and stuff like that. Down here are no one, so I've got no existing network. I've got to build my own network. So when I'd be in the playground, I'd always wear my jumper with my local electrician written on the back. So people would be like, "Oh,
Oh
you're an
no,
electrician."
that's advertised, isn't it? Doing the school
So,
run, yeah.
and the thing is,
Yeah.
I can talk to my reflection for 2 hours. So I can talk to anyone at any point. So I'm using my assets. But it's the hardest thing, man. It honestly.
What about recently then? How are we getting on to bring it up to now?
So last couple of weeks, probably the last month has been really good. Been really busy, as you know, not been like blowing up your phone and stuff. Next week,
for the past 2 weeks, we talk a lot on the phone, because we have to, because we're doing the show. And for the past couple of weeks, not really spoke to each other. It's been a bit weird.
yeah, it's weird.
I'm getting withdrawal symptoms from Sam calling me a silly fat wanker.
But yeah, to be honest with you, it's been nice to have, like, next week I'm rammed. Because I might even be working with Libby next week, just waiting to hear back from him. So, but
Is that the Elite Spark Crew / Elite Spark Crew coming together?
that's what I'm saying. Elite Sparking Crew out there. But yeah, we're going to link up next week. Maybe it's not confirmed. But then I've got loads of other bits booked in for next week. Like Monday, I've got the ability to earn on Monday like 800 quid. If both them jobs come off and they go right, that's 800 quid in a day.
Yeah.
So I've been holding out for this. And then I've got another couple of jobs that are good money as well. And I'm like, next week could be a fucking good week. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, but then all that money goes immediately on stuff you ain't been paying. You have to hope that you get maybe 6 months like that. You get 6 months like that, you're laughing.
I'll tell you now, anyone that's fucking says otherwise, come and tell me, there ain't no one who's self-employed who's getting 5 days a week for 6 months. You might get 4 days a week on average, but
I'll have 4 days like this.
But yeah, anyone says, oh, I'm fucking stacked a week in, week out, you can be busy. But people tell you got 5 days work for 6 months, they're lying, because like it just don't work like that unless you've got staff and stuff. Plus, you've got to have days off to do paperwork. You've got to have days off to refresh, because otherwise you'll just dig yourself to a massive hole. And you can work for nothing is another risk for people that are self-employed as well. Just be aware of that.
But one of the biggest things that's helped me in the last couple of weeks is, like, I obviously opened up a account with CEF, so I've got my own guy down there now, Joe. Shout out to Joe. He is the person. So he's essentially working with me to help me grow my business, because I send him my so I've got a quote to do on Monday. I'll send him my quote. He does the pricing for me. Obviously, I'll check it, but he'll do most of the pricing for me. That's my quote done. Boom. Do you know what I mean? Like, having a good wholesaler that you can trust. Like, listen, you can't ever trust wholesalers 100%.
No, or anyone.
Well, because people, they make mistakes, whatever, right? But if you've got a good wholesaler you can trust that's not going to turn you over, and is reliable and wants to do a good job, mate, that is invaluable to someone like me because it takes a portion of my burden that I can push to them.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's a different thing.
Yeah, because why? At the end of the day, they're better at pricing up materials than you are. If you give them a console, I want this and this much, they'll do a quicker job of that than you. Let them do
Yeah.
it. That's what they pay. That's what they get the money for.
So yeah. Would I go back to subbing? No. Is this the best thing and the worst thing simultaneously I've ever done? Yes.
And the thing with you is we don't have to wait till next January to find out, do it like we do other guests. We hear a bit of it every week, really. But generally, then you're not regretting it.
No, I don't regret it at all because it's things like the other week it was Harper's Sports Day. Guess what? I can go. Do you know what I mean? Amanda goes to me the other day. I've got an appointment this afternoon. Do you think you can pick up Harper from school? Yeah, no problem. Do you know what I mean? It's like
that is the flex. But I've got that. Like my wife's going away this week 2 days with a milkman for some reason. I don't know why. And I can look after the kids while she's doing that. So it's nice. That's the nice bit of it, isn't it?
I love it. I love it. I love that
generally
flexibility.
do have my weekend. Generally got my weekends back, which is nice.
And let me tell you, I love my truck so much. I've built a slide out thing in the back. I'm converting the underneath of the seats in the back of the cab that flip up to store all my tools in, all my power tools in there. Mate, honestly, I love my truck. I've sprayed the inside. I've done up the outside. I've done all stupid shit to it. I love it.
That's one I like with a van. I keep my van nice for the same reason because I just like because I operate out of it all day long. Oh, excuse me. So yeah,
and my truck is way better than your shitty van.
I wouldn't go that far. Mine's probably better, but I'll let you have this
How
one.
can it be? You can't go off road.
I don't want to go off road. I'm not fucking.
Yeah, but you couldn't. If it snows, you stay at home, bitch. I'll drive.
I'd rather stay. What are you doing? Dragging people up the beach when they get there on the dinghies? So you
listen, if it snows, you can't go to work. I can.
I'm not going to go to fucking work if it snows. I'm going to stop at home, make a snowman. Or well, actually, I'm going to make a giant snow cock outside my house for my neighbours. But or go and clean
that's why my truck's better than yours. If it's the end of the world, I'm getting further in my truck than you. If it's zombie apocalypse, my truck's better than your van.
Yeah, as long as you can afford the fuel. You can get further than me for about 10 minutes before you run out of petrol.
I'm getting 25.1 to the gallon now.
Ooh.
But I'm going to
take your sandwich box out.
I'm going to have the EGR deleted and I'm going to have it remapped. And so I should be getting more.
Well, we'll hear if Sam's van bankrupts him, his truck bankrupts him by next January when we review the situation.
No, hopefully I'm putting money down on a new truck.
Whoa, big boys. Woo! Fucking save it for the fucking January edition.
East Renewable said Jamie invented the truck, so shut up.
I did invent the truck. It was one of my early inventions back in the day. When I was just a little sparky.
So should we reverse this? How's your business going? Because it's not really business.
Well, first of all, that's rude.
It's not, no. It's the most bullshit I've ever heard.
What's bullshit about it? Go on, tell me from the outside looking in. That's interesting. You tell me.
Started my own business. What is it, Jamie? Don't know. But I started
it. Yeah. Someone said to me, "What do you do now?" I literally to me, see my mates that come to me, "What do you do now?" I was like, "I'm sparking." You work for something? I was like, "Nah, I'm back on my anyway." What do you do? I went, stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's bullshit. It's not a business.
It is a business. It's a legitimate business.
It's not fucking Jamie. This is the stupid shit Jamie says to me when I phone him during the week, right? This is how dumb it is. So what are you doing? Oh, just working on my business. Oh, what's that, mate? What? Oh, just editing some videos. Because guess what? That's actually part of my business now. And I'm like,
I get money for it,
bruv.
I've committed for some stupid reason. I committed to doing a YouTube video a week for a year, right? I'm going to do it. It's just like a personal thing. I'm not trying to get big on YouTube. I don't think I'll ever pay my bills because it won't. I just committed to doing a YouTube video a year that has to be educational. Although I do allow myself once a month just to be a bit of a dick and not have any like kind of context to it. So that's just that. I do sit down and edit videos when I've got time. That's my reward for doing work because I quite like that creative bit. But
but fuck off, Jamie.
I do sit in the office.
What have you been doing for the last 2 weeks?
All right. I've been teaching. It's good.
That's not business.
It's business. I'm a freelance lecturer. It's good money.
Bruv, that's not a business, though.
Well, there's training companies, isn't there? That
That's
must be
being a
business.
subby.
Yeah, sort of. But you can't. I'm not going to start my own training school. Well, I might do one day, but I'm not going to do it now. Basically, I do whatever I get my hands on, and that was what I set out to do. So on my old right in January, I think I was working for the energy firm in January. I think I left at the end of January. Is that right? I can't fucking remember because right. I started doing a blog. This is an interesting thing. I started doing a blog, right? I think I started doing the blog when I handed my notice in because I was on this podcast.
Jamie goes solo 6 months ago.
Regularly on this podcast, we tell people how to do business and we give out advice, right?
I don't give out advice because don't listen to anything I say.
We speak about what you just done to give advice. You speak about going on your own, yeah. And I was like, I went home one night. I was like, fucking hell, I'm telling people how to do stuff. I've done it before, but I'm not doing it now. So maybe I should keep my mouth shut. And then in my head, there's this little moment of like, you know, like them blokes on your shoulders telling you like the good one, the bad one.
Yeah,
it was like one only went, you're going back on your own, aren't you? And I was like, fuck. Like I put the seed in my head. Anyway, I parked it. I had a bit of a hoo-ha about something before we got called to a meeting, and one of the senior roles went, if you don't like it, you can always go on your own. And it came up again. I was like, fucking hell. And I went home and said to my missus, I said, he pulled the old, if you don't like it, you can go on your own. And my missus stopped down and looked at me.
It was like, oh,
because she knew that was like not the thing to say to me. Anyway, what did me? I just fucking, that's it. I drove to work one day, and obviously, giving out advice on the podcast was in there. The fact that Tom to go on there was in there, and drive to work, and one of my managers, who's left now, is a dickhead. He's a fucking dickhead, just to get that out there. He said, your expenses have come through. We're not authorising this. Like, you spent £5 too much in a hotel. I was like, I spent £5 too much in a hotel. Some bullshit like that. I can't actually say it was that. And I stopped away from my phone for the night to go and do shit work for you. I just pulled over to a lay-by on the A614 outside McDonald's. I just pressed reply on the email. I went, please accept this as my notice. Bosh, sent it, and that was it. So that's what happened with me. So it's like I'm not being cunted off by someone for £5 in hotel, yeah? If you don't
that's about the 10th time you've used that word today.
Oh, we're demonetised now. Anyway, fuck it. Cunty bollocks, fuck. I'll give you the £5 myself. Like, we're trying to we're getting in the weeds, aren't we? So I was like, fuck yeah. So anyway, they ring me up and go, can we ask to stay? I was like, no, don't fucking ask me again, but I'll do my notice, 3 months. So I started, obviously, if you look on that blog, which I'm not trying to plug it, but I started getting the office before I've left. I start prepping stuff before I've left, start talking about it all. And what's really struck me on that blog is I record it and I edit it at the end of the month. And I'm sure you'll agree, yeah? Shit moves so fast, mate. Like, I'll record something on the first of the month, and then when I edit it on the last day of the month, I'm like, fucking hell, is that only a month ago?
Mate, so fast.
So someone rang me from my old firm. I want to get across this speed thing, yeah? Someone rang me from a firm I used to work with, my mate Neil, who was the other engineer with me. And he's like, hey, mate, you all right? No, I mean to call you that, but I didn't want to seem like I was like clinging on to my old workplace, but I do want to speak to those people that I met there because I met some really good people there. He's like, oh, you've not been gone that long. And I stood there and I thought, I've been gone fucking ages. I've been gone months and months and months. And actually, it turned out I'd not been gone 3 months, so I'd not even been gone someone else's notice period. And then I watched a video where, like, some of my training fell through. And then I was back working for him. And that night, I edited a video where, in the first part of the month, I was talking about the training falling through. So within a month, the training fell through, and then I gone direct to the customer. Within a month, I was like, fucking hell, shit moves so fast. And I really do stand by that. That's one of the things that you don't realise when you're in a little self-employed bubble, that it's really happening quick. But
it really happens quick. And everything is so quick these days.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that until I was doing that blog, which is what I'm going to do. If you do go on your own, write a little diary for yourself and never read back through it, you know, to give yourself something to read. And don't go do a YouTube
blog. Don't write a diary. You're not Anne Frank, bruv.
Don't do a fucking YouTube blog or like that if you don't want to, but just put some key points when stuff happens, or flick back through your work diary and see how you're getting on, because it's surprising how long stuff goes. But
don't write a diary because you're not a homo.
Yeah, but just fucking like look back. But
mate, we're so demonetized tonight.
Fucking cunt. Is that week? Shall I tell them a story about in a minute? Tell a story about how much we care. But yeah, it's going all right. I took your advice, which was sound advice. I got the office. I moved the podcast here, so my garage is my own. Got my tools back in there. I set my office up in here, and as Sam said, I got myself changed. Come down the office every morning, and then I worked on stuff until I got work. And one of them was get a website, which Sam told me to do, and that actually paid off because someone said, "Oh, do you do this?" I was like, "Oh, here's my website," and that got passed around the firm. I got loads of work out of that. So yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is, I made you. You're welcome.
You did that. That bit of advice is fucking really good advice. That go to work like you're working, no matter what. And when you've got all your shit done and you've got notes to do, have a bit of time off, then worry about work. But that was good
Stephen
advice.
Pressfield. Stephen Pressfield.
Oh, so you nicked it. But yeah, I'm getting there, mate. I've got training going off. I've got some direct work of my own. I've got next week. I did my STS course this week. That was 5 days of graft that I didn't get paid for to do with self-employed.
Do you know what? I think Francesca's won it tonight. She just put my ears. I feel like I've aged.
It's angry tonight, this podcast, because me and something going. But yeah, it's going all right. I do the teaching. I get some work.
So it's not
people.
business.
I get work off people off Krew Boost. I got to say to Krew Boost, he got me a load of work. I've let him know. Sent him after dinner. He squared me with a really good little job I got and some other stuff. So fair play to him. That was a good contact. They got me in there. I've had a few old customers come back. I haven't got a mortgage, right? So it's a bit easy for me, but I've got 2 kids that need paying for, so it's sort of the same. I have been at points where like, next week there's no there, and then stuff just suddenly come in. I've not been super low, I will admit, but there's been points where I've had twitchy bums, and they will continue to be. Like next week, I've got 3 days teaching. I've got some teaching of a distance on odds and sods, but after next week, I'm pretty quiet. So maybe I'll be on the sitting by the beach thing, but we shall see. But I'm not.
Listen,
I don't
mock me for my sadness.
No, it's not.
No,
mate.
but
I'm just saying. No, that happens. They fucking.
I think it's important I think it's important to tell the truth of it, because people will watch this, all 5 of them, and be like,
yeah.
"Oh, it seems easy. It ain't. It's fucking
It's not.
In your case,
easy.
You're not building a business. You're building some bullshit, which is my original statement.
That's rude. I've still got to pay my bills on it, but I don't. The problem is,
what you're doing is hustling.
I love doing this podcast, right? And I love representing Sparks on the social media, but then I keep saying cunt and your mum's dildo and stuff. And every week I make myself more unemployable to normal people. So I've got no real choice for this shit to work, because hanging around with you is bad for my employment. I can't stop being a dickhead on the internet. I can't stop being a dickhead on social media. I go on LinkedIn and talk about dildos. No one's going to give me a job. So I'm balls deep in this. So the only way is to fucking swim or I'll sink. And I don't mind that. And I'm going to continue doing that. So yeah, it's enjoyable.
Would you say though, would you say you're happier doing your own thing and just doing your hustling than you would be if you was working?
Is that a dildo you've got there? What are you walking into? Oh, it's a knife. Same thing.
Damascus steel knife.
I am happier. I am happier. I get more time off. I go and do long work and earn good money. And I've got no one cutting me off. And I will literally, I mean, people...
Stop saying it now.
Fuck off. It's a bit of an act on here, but I will tell a customer to fuck off. You know what I mean? That's my bag. That's how I operate. I operate like this all the time. I am happier, and I only want to work with people who want to work with me. And then we get along and we have a good time and it's fun. Obviously, in front of proper clients, I rein it in, but I want to work with people that want to have a bit of a laugh and just take it easy and stuff. So yeah, it's all right. Maybe next January I'll
hold on a minute. Pegasus says, when you work direct for someone, you have a boss, either boss or contracts manager, etc. When you're self-employed, every customer is your boss. No, they're not. No, like, my customers are not my boss. I'm my boss. My customers don't tell me nothing. They ask me if I can do a job. I tell them yes, and that's the end of it. If they don't like it, bye.
I want to go back to like the conversation with the other day, which really cheered me up actually. And it was just about not giving a fuck. And it's like, I don't care. Like, and I continue that what we're doing here. If you don't want to employ me, don't employ me. If you think I might be good for you and I might do the graft, then employ me. But
why don't you try and get go undercover at Octopus?
You know what? The thought has crossed my mind. I put my CV in. So I might do that for some content. It depends. But the good thing about
that would be, is, even if you've done it for like a month.
Yeah,
it's got to be worth it.
Well, they probably, you know what? What the wonderful thing about being self-employed and what I do is where I've got these little legs in little pies is I could do something like that.
How fun would that be?
Maybe I'm doing something like that. But yeah, but the problem is, the name I use is a stage name. I've got a real name as well, yeah, but it doesn't take a genius to work it out. And obviously, as soon as I get Googled, I Googled myself the other day, right? All that comes up is this podcast. For fuck's sake. I'm fucked. I'm totally fucked. But some might watch it and go, oh, I like him. I can work with him. So I hope that there's still people like me like that. But yeah, when I Googled something, I was like, oh, shit. I'm totally stuck on
Yeah,
this
but
podcast
someone like
now.
Octopus ain't going to be doing that. They're just going to.
That's exactly what people like that will do, isn't it?
No,
But then again,
it
maybe
ain't.
that just. Maybe, all right then. I'll tell you what. I'll apply for Octopus and go and
Do it.
See what happens.
Wait, listen. Imagine if you'd done it for a month, right?
But you know,
How
being able
many
to do that.
listen, what you should do it for a month, and then we have to have like a prize draw for who can guess how many outdoor fuse boards you have to fit in that month.
See, the thing is with me, right, is I've only ever left one company. Everywhere else I've been sacked. I've only ever left the last company.
Yeah, but how? And then we could do another poll on how long it takes you to get sacked.
Why don't we both apply to work at Octopus?
Because I've got a business to build, Jamie. I'm not doing some bullshit.
It's a real business.
No, mate, you're doing some bullshit. It's not a business. Fair play to you, but I'm building a business.
It's a lifestyle business I'm running. I don't want to be I've been a contractor. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to do more of the technical stuff and the training, and I don't want to get that dirty. Although I don't mind it, but yeah, it's just I'm having a good time. You know what I mean? I like the flexibility, the freedom it gives me. That's the best bit. And as we had a conversation today about this podcast in particular, about the freedom we have. Yeah, the good thing about this podcast is we equally don't give a fuck, which is great. So like, I've just absolutely come to this entire podcast up tonight. We're not gonna make any money out of it, which is about 20 quid. Yeah, Sam's getting slightly annoyed, but I know he loves it really. But we're just saying, it's just fucking great. We can come on and do what we want. It's just so nice to come on here on an evening and just get it out and do it all.
The thing is, we're not like our sponsors know who we are and they accept what we do, right? So I don't care about getting paid. Like,
no,
honestly, I don't care about getting paid at all from this podcast. What's going on there? I literally don't care.
The best people said the other day was like, if we do something really stupid and offend someone, who are you going to call? Like,
no one.
Who are you going to tell?
No one.
Sponsors up. Go on, though, because we don't
couldn't even phone my company and get me sacked from my own company.
We like working with sponsors, the ones that work with us, fair enough. But if you're going to ring up, if we do something that upsets someone, you're going to ring up. Well, would you go? Well, don't sponsor them if you don't like it. We'll just carry on being dicks.
Yeah.
What you do? Ring them up, something like that. People have done it. People have not rang me up.
So, and then, like, because we don't really take sponsors on anymore, like, before, back in the day, I would have took any comer. But now, we turn away sponsors all the time, not interested.
No.
Not interested.
And that's the ones we do work with, we're very, very happy to work with.
Yeah. So, like, Will gives us free, like, never moans at us about anything. Never. We do what we do.
No, Chevron,
CA, never moan at us. So they're sweet.
And like I said, as we said, like, we don't hold back. If someone rings me and says, I've been mugged off by Chevron, I'll be ringing them and go, what's going on here? Do we due diligence? And I'll be like, well, hang on a minute, but it's just nice to be attached. And that philosophy we have on here, where we come and basically vent on a Sunday night sometimes like this for an hour or two, is I want to run my business. I don't want to be like corporate anymore. I don't want to have to dress myself up into something that I'm not to go to customers. I just want to be a massive dick about it. And if it can last out for another 20 years, I'll make my career out of it. But yeah, being self-employed is great in that manner. I couldn't get away with this on a job, although I did in my last job. But yeah, happiness. That's what's all about, it being happy and earning enough money.
I'm trying to find who has won tonight.
I will put my we could go into we go to Octowatch actually. Should we do a quick Octowatch? While you're looking?
Do it.
Octowatch. Now I'd love to say Octowatch puts on watch this, but on my LinkedIn for the past 4 weeks, the top 50 people viewing me have all been from Octopus. So obviously word's going around. It's literally because I pay for the I get the I've got the one where you can see who's viewed you, and I'm getting it constantly hauled by Octopus. So hi Octopus, thanks for watching. This one came in. Well, it didn't come in. I nicked it off the internet because that's what you can do on the internet. You can nick stuff because it's not copyrighted. Day 5 of this guy's Octopus install, and he's had 5 vans around there each day. How can this be viable? This is the guy's having this installed. 5 vans for 5 days to fit this guy's heat pump. So that's at least 5 people they deem competent to fit them in 5 vans for 5 days. If I got 5 Sparkies off the Elite Sparky and Krew to do a rewire on a 2 up, 2 down, we'd smash the whole lot out in 2 days occupied. So why do Octopus need 5 vans on an install for 5 days? That's
And look,
what's
3 of them are
8 times
subbies
5
as well.
times. What's 8 times 5 times 5? No, they just ain't got the vans yet. They're rented. What's 8 times 5 times 5?
That's a subby. Look at that old
It'll be
caddy.
rented. It'll be
That's a
rented.
caddy.
Yeah, but it'll be
That's a
rented
subby.
because they can't get enough vans. What's the man hours on that? Oh,
Oh,
filth me while I do
I'm
the
gonna
man
punch
hours.
him up in a minute.
Filth me while I do the man hours. 8 times 5 times 5. That's 200 man hours on a heat pump install. How are they making that pay? So yeah, that was a good Octo Watch this week, I thought.
Do you know what? I didn't actually pay attention to any of it. I'm scanning the comments
That's what I was feeling. What are you scanning the comments for?
to find out who's winning the thing. We're nearly at the end of the podcast, you idiot.
I'll do the wholesaler as well. Wholesaler of the week is no one, because no one.
Yeah, no one sent in.
Come on, people, we're fucking making these.
If you like your
things.
wholesaler and they do you good,
Sam's smashing the artwork out on a weekly basis so we can do this shit, making stings like this for us. And then when we go to choose one,
no
nothing.
one.
No
So,
Octo Watch.
If you want to shout out your wholesaler, do you know what I mean?
Without the chat, without you, the viewers, without you sending stuff in, the podcast is nothing. It's not. It doesn't work. We need you help. We need the assistance of the elite Sparky crew.
We need you help.
Wholesalers, have you got a good wholesaler? It is up on the socials. Have you seen a particularly shite Octopus installer or by anyone? It's just called Octowatch because it is. Send us that shit. We need you
tonight
to help us. Hang on, I'll do the giveaway. I've got a giveaway features giveaway. There you go. Like a proper show.
The giveaway goodness goes to East Renewables. Hit me up on. It would be Francesca, but it can't be Francesca. She's too linked to the show. It would be a fix. So Francesca is the spiritual winner, but East Renewables. Is it East Renewables? Yeah, East Renewables. The
spiritual winner is the same as getting paid in exposure.
Yeah, it is. East Renewables, hit me up on Instagram.
Is this? I don't know if this has been a show tonight or self-help for me and Sam. But I'm glad you was along for the ride, everyone in the chat. And I hope you enjoy it if listening on audio in the week. But do send us your shit. Without the viewers, we are nothing. Without you sending shit, we are nothing. We are useless. Oh,
you're useless.
Quickly, with something we didn't cover.
Go on. Just
to finish the show on like a proper, actual electrical vibe, because we need to discuss something seriously. That's not the right thing. Just because this is serious now, it's that one. When we go to Alex, we're going for a curry, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's put this out there. We've got to go for a curry. That is the bona fide de facto thing you go for, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. How many poppadoms can you eat?
So I don't really mess with poppadoms too tough. I have like maybe 1 or 1.5, and then I have a beer, and then I don't want to get too bloated.
Right.
So and then I have either a Cobra or Kingfisher.
Stop.
And I ain't playing.
How many poppadoms can you eat, mate? It's all about the bits.
It's not. Do you know what it's about?
The bits.
How hot of a curry do you have? Bitch?
No, it's like 20 poppadoms, mate, each.
No. Why would you eat 20 poppadoms and then not be able to eat your curry?
The bits, mate. Mango. Oh, lime pickle. Oh, don't have a curry. Have something from the grill.
Oh, listen. What curry do you have?
I have a slash lick. I'll have a chicken slash lick in Indian.
And what heat is that?
It's not. It's just a chicken slash lick. It's a grilled chicken with like.
Oh, so you have a vagina.
I might have to get my wife to order a curry on the way home now.
So what? Like, are you one of them little fannies that can't eat hot food?
I could do. I'm the king of the Indians. Yeah, I used to go. I used to love it when I was younger, but I used to eat real hot curries, but now I can't do it because there is not enough Rene on the planet for me. I don't mean some French guy. I mean the acid thing. So yeah. So I reckon if we go for a curry, we just go buffet. We get the table. Everyone orders something. We all pick at each other's. Obviously, though, we have to eat 20 poppadoms each. And
no, I'm not eating 20. I do like the mango chutney with onions pickle?
On. Do you like
mango
lime
chutney
pickle?
And onions?
Do you like lime pickle?
I take it or leave it.
Oh, that's the best bit. Sort of the best bit.
No, the mango chutney with onion is the best.
I'm sort of thinking we shouldn't eat.
Listen, I don't mind. I'll go by myself. Remember, I'm a fat man. I'll go to the curry house by myself.
No, I want to go to. I just want to go to the curry house with you. I'm keen to meet in person, but I don't want to get embarrassed at the curry house by just not eating 80 poppadoms.
But why would you order 20 poppadoms? That's not even a good bit of the curry house.
Mate, everyone knows you have to at least 4 poppadoms each, and then 2 naan breads.
No, I don't even eat naan breads. I have
what?
Chapati.
What are you going to eat with? How do you eat your food?
Chapati.
How do you eat your food?
Chapati.
You don't. So, as long as you don't use a knife and fork, because that's weak. Any man that goes into a curry house and uses a knife and fork is weak.
I use a spoon.
No
I use a
cutlery.
spoon and a chapati, and what I do is I make it into a little cone, and then I put the curry in the thing, and I eat it like a sandwich. That's how I eat.
Why is Dave Savey talking about an Italian restaurant? Why would a load of people get together and not go for a curry? I thought that's the fact. Is that not the fact? I thought it was law, isn't it? Do you have like a meat?
Connor again with the zinger. Jamie invented the curry.
Actually, I invented the naan bread. I do like a cheese and tomato naan. It's a bit of a cross between a British sandwich and a naan bread. It's like
yeah, apparently Ethics always go for curries, didn't they? Maybe we're ripping them off.
I wouldn't know. I don't watch it. I don't want to get sold to every week. No, we're not ripping off. That's the de facto standards of curry. If you see another, if a man is a man and asks a man out for a curry, there's a mutual superation there. That's like a coming together.
But the thing is, if you go out for an Italian, right? You go out for an Italian, you have to have 3 courses. You have to have a wine for each course. And then it's more of an experience. When you're going out with the lads, it's a curry because you mash up curry, have some beers, talk some shit, flick some curry at someone. It's not a thing. But in an Italian restaurant, you've got to have different wines. It's 200 quid on a meal.
Have you ever been to a Greek? It's like 20 courses, isn't it? 20 courses, like little, what the fuck? When we getting out of
but the Greek food is my favourite food bar none.
Yeah, I like the food, but I can't stand the serving. Like
Tara masalata. Tara masalata.
I think we're gonna have to put a vote out on Instagram this week. I think we should go for a curry. I don't want to enforce curry, but I think we should go for a curry.
I'm not going anywhere other than a curry, so it's not a vote. You can go to an Italian.
Anyone in
about drinking wine. I'm going for a curry.
If you're in country off your local knowledge, get in touch. Come out of us. We need to know where the best curry house is in Northampton. Not Northampton. The best curry house in Coventry, please.
Francesca, listen.
Spoons Curry Club. Spoons kick Simon Harden out the chat. He's just said Spoons Curry Club.
No, hey, do you know what? If I go to the Weatherspoons, I don't have a burger or anything like that. I always have the curry, the Joe Fraser
nice
curry.
On the Monday night, but that he's not going for a curry.
That's not a curry.
If you say to him, let's go for a curry, it's on at Spoons night, be like that. Excuse me. What are you playing? Oh, we're going out for a curry at Spoons night.
I couldn't take you seriously. Mate. No.
Right. If you go to Spoons on a Monday night and you have the curry club, that is fine. That's acceptable. But if you say you're going out for a curry and you end up in a Weatherspoons, you got problems, bro. You can't be in the Elite Sparky Crew. You get thrown out of the Elite Sparky Crew for behaving like that. That would not be acceptable.
Listen, and Francesca, should we go for pizza? Are you all right?
I'm not going to name any names yet, but when we go for the curry, I will look down on people that order from the English part of the menu, yeah? If you go, oh, can I have the omelette? I'll be like, I won't say get the fuck out, but I won't ever go out with you again. You know what I mean? I'll be like,
no, I'm chucking. If you get an omelette in the curry house,
are we inviting Bob? Who's Bob?
Or chips. If you get chips in a curry house, you're out.
No, I'm not accepting it. And anyone that's not seen it, if you just Google, what was the promo? The goodness gracious, Google, goodness gracious me, going for an English. Yeah, that is what you are if you order chips at the curry house. That is why they see you. So yeah, no, you can't drink any UK branded lager as well.
A cheeky tug, Francesca says. Listen, we're not going out for pizza.
No pizzas.
What? Do you know what's worse than going? Do you know the worst thing about going to like a Pizza Express? The dickhead who sits at the table using a knife and fork to eat a pizza. I'm flipping the table.
I thought Pizza Express was just somewhere you took girls you met at the bus stop when you was 18, like trying to be all flash.
Have you ever seen them people in Pizza Express that eat their pizza with a knife and fork? I'm punching you.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that. The thing I like about going for meals is watching people on dates. That's what me and my wife do. If we go for a meal, we watch other people obviously on the first date as they get all awkward. That's the people watching the funniest thing. But we're going for a curry. Just to, I'm sure make it compulsory, really. If you come to Alex, if you come out on Saturday night, if you want to go and sit with local Weatherspoons, but we are going for a curry. A Ruby, as the Southerners would call it.
Ruby Murray. Come on.
And we booted out that guy that said about booted out Simon.
Alan Chan. Chips always, fuck rice. Every meal my mum and dad gave me had rice. Fair enough.
Fair enough, all right, yeah. I suppose
listen, you get a pass.
Yeah, if you hadn't had chips rubbed down your night, then I get that. That's fair. I had the egg and a cup of it as well.
And a vindaloo on top of the chips. That might be the one.
No.
That might be the ultimate
Why
hybrid.
used to have a fucking omelette with a vindaloo on, you fucking motherfucker? I'm going, let's go out and try exotic foreign cuisine. You got any chips, mate? No.
I eat David
Went to
Savoury
Spain.
is definitely a nonce. He eats pizza with a knife and fork.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But have you ever seen anyone eat a pizza with... Do you know what I saw? Do you know what I saw the other day? I saw someone eating a burger with a knife and fork. Bro, we can't be friends.
It's encased in bread. The bread is the transportation device. That's what it's for.
But can you imagine?
You know what?
Cutting up your burger with a knife and fork.
David Savoury would have been down the pit in the 1800s in Cornwall eating a Cornish pasta with a knife and fork, even though the crust is designed to eat him. Like,
yeah.
I'm not an animal. I'm not using the crust. I use a knife and fork. Like some flash cunt. Fucking hell.
If you come out of us and I catch you eating with a knife and fork, I'm punching you up.
You can't eat a curry in a curry house with a knife and fork. You're meant to use the bread or the things to eat it. There's no knife.
No, I use a spoon, bruv, to load up my...
Well, like a baby. Babies use spoons. That's the spoon. That's the fucking tool of a baby. So you can't stab yourself. Are you going to bring a pink one with a big handle?
A spork.
From a camping set. You've been down and got from fucking Go Outdoors or some shit. Oh, dear.
Right, what are we doing? I don't
know why I remember this food chat, but yeah, we're going for it. Anyway, 10 minutes ago, as we said, we're going for a curry.
We've turned this into a nonsense tonight.
We had 100 views before we started talking about this curry. It's gone down to 85. So, obviously, people are watching that. If you have made it all the way through, fair play to you. Thank you very much.
Oh, right. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, before we fucking have no viewers next week. Normal service resume next Sunday. Mikey from Residual Court will be on talking about proper business. And I don't know about you, but I'm really just to hear about it, what he's been going up with him. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting shit. We're not talking about loadout and that. We're talking about what's coming up. The new shit. Electricians Podcast. We are out. Boom.
Boom.